What is a service motion to reopen? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our office here in St. Louis, Missouri. You know, even after many years practicing immigration law, sometimes you learn something new. And last week I learned about something called a service motion to reopen, a U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Service motion to reopen, sua sponte. Sua sponte is one of those words, those Latin phrases that you learn in law school, which means on their own motion. So what can happen is if USCIS has made a mistake, you can ask them, even if you're past a deadline of some sort, to file a motion to reconsider or to reopen formally. You can ask the service to reopen it on their own motion. In other words, if you can convince the service that they've made an error, then they can go ahead and reopen your case. Now, this is not something that you're going to be able to rely on. This is not something you're going to be able to do without an attorney. And let me tell you about how it came up. So we filed one of our lawsuits against USCIS here in St. Louis because they made a wrong decision on someone who was applying for adjustment of status. And they had neglected some information that we provided them regarding when the individual had stopped working. Now, this was an employment-based green card, and in their denial, the service alleged that our client had worked too much outside of his authorized time of working, and therefore they denied his green card. So we filed a lawsuit, and they invited us to ask them to make a motion to reopen on their own motion. And so that is what we did, and we think that we're going to have a positive outcome in that case. But the lesson is that even if you have a blown deadline, now you never want to blow a deadline and rely on this, but even if you have a blown deadline, you can ask the service in their discretion. Now, I would imagine in most situations they're not going to exercise that discretion and they're going to deny your motion to reopen sua sponte. You're going to not convince them that they should reopen, that they've made a mistake, because there's ways to appeal it, and oftentimes you're just going to have to refile if there's something fundamentally flawed in your submission. But if they make a fundamental mistake that is clear as day, and if you can convince them that you're going to make their lives difficult by maybe filing a lawsuit in federal court, then perhaps they might file or receive a motion to reopen sua sponte in an acceptable way. They might say to themselves, well, we really don't want to fight about this. We're probably not going to make the fellow or the young lady reapply. We're just going to go ahead on our own motion. Even though you're putting pressure on them somehow, even on our own motion, we're going to reopen it. So I was excited to learn about motions to reopen sua sponte. I was excited to learn that the service can go ahead and make a decision to reopen a case that has been closed. And so we're probably going to look at this and look at our cases in a different light now. So if you have a case that you believe was fundamentally mishandled, you should still act quickly. You should still file your timely appeal, because you do have to do what's called exhaust your administrative remedies. You have to make all appeals available to yourself, that you take all those appeals. But if you find yourself in a very unique situation, this isn't going to be for most cases, you might want to talk to us or some other immigration lawyer who knows what they're doing about filing a motion to reopen sua sponte. That's the phrase. That's the phrase of the week. We hope you liked this video. If you did, be sure to like us on social media. Share us all around on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. You can find us on our YouTube channel, and be sure to let us know if you have any questions or videos you'd like us to shoot by emailing us at info@hackinglawpractice.com. Finally, we'd sure like to have you in our immigration group, which is called Immigrant Home. That's inside Facebook. If you find Immigrant Home and ask to be admitted, we'll let you in the group, and we have really good immigration news and information in that place as well. So thanks a lot for watching. Have a great day.